this is Michelle Rumschlag, naturalist, and welcome to Virtual Experiences with the Hancock Park District. It's Friday, so we're hitting the trails. Well, we're inside the activity barn here at Litzenberg Memorial Woods, and all this month we've been talking to you about maple sugaring. So my last stop is talking about modern production and how people do it today. So you've seen over the month how sap has been collected, and wanted to show you how that people are doing it today. So they could have used metal buckets, and after drilling the holes in the trees, you saw that the pioneers used the wooden spiles, but again, I wanted to show you that there would be metal spiles. So again, the hole is tapped, it's placed in, and you can see it has a little spout, and usually it's attached to the bucket where it flows right into it. And sometimes you even have a cover over top so you don't get a lot of debris in there. Others these days might be using even more modern things in the plastic tubing. So again, drilling the hole, inserting this part here. It could also be tied to like a plastic jug or a plastic bag, or you might see lots of kind of miles and things of these plastic tubes where they're running it all the way down to that sugar bush or the area where they're going to be turning it into syrup. So the sugar shack. So I have a picture to show what a sugar shack looks like. And then we have a little model here to kind of look inside and see how they're making it today. So the sap has been collected, and of course it needs to be cooked down. Remember, 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. So they bring it these days, maybe again with the tubes or in different kind of barrels or jugs, to the sugar shack. So it's placed in a piece of equipment called the evaporator. So you can see there's some syrup that's cooking down right here. And to cook it down, you need a fire. So they would have lots and lots of firewood. We've got some inside, we've got some stacked outside our sugar shack, and then our fire source here. So you're cooking it, and there's a lot of steam that's happening because again, it's usually these wells, and they're taking different types of spoons and things and just kind of going back and forth, stirring it to cook off that water. This would have taken a long time, and that's why maple syrup might be pricier than maybe other things because again, there's a lot of work that goes into it. So they're watching it as it cooks down. It's going to get thicker. It's going to change in color. And they're also watching the temperature. So when it gets to be about 217, 219 degrees, that's when it's turning into the syrup and can be poured off. So they're drying off the syrup here. They're also using a hydrometer to test the sugar content. So if it has about 66% sugar, that's what they're looking for it to be syrup. So they're drawing it off there. Now, again, depending on how they're collecting it, there still might be debris involved. So this picture just shows them filtering it. So again, any pieces of stick or leaf or insects, you don't want that within your syrup. So they're going to strain it that way, and then they bottle it, and then can send it to stores to sell or sell it themselves. So it depends on when it's being processed during the sugaring season of what color it might be and what grade it is. So we do have some examples of that. So I want to show you the first one that's lighter in color. So this tells me it was drawn at the beginning of the season. Usually it's higher in sugar content, which makes sense because all that sugar is still at the bottom of the tree, and as it starts to move up, they're going to gather most of it that way. And then as the season goes, it might get darker, and again, there's grade A's, there's grade B's, so you can see the two right there. So those are all grade A, and it gets into fancy to medium to dark. This is a grade B, again, a little darker in color there. And it also is going to affect the taste of it too. It might have a deeper, darker taste to it. And this is our last one. You can see is that nice rich brown there. So it's probably just on preference of what you prefer and what type of syrup that you have there. So a lot of work goes into it. Again, collecting it, cooking it down, processing it to get that nice sweet syrup that you enjoy on your pancakes. So don't forget to join us on Monday for our last story about maple sugaring. Thanks for joining me, and have a great day.